Education is the key to a bright future. Empowermefirst.college.
So we are now going to talk about significant figures. And at the end of this lesson, you should define what significant figures are and identify the number of significant figures in a given measurement or calculation. You should be able to apply the rules of rounding and arithmetic operations to maintain the appropriate number of significant figures in their results. You should be able to use significant figures to assess the accuracy and precision of measurements and calculations. Let's start with the definition. Significant figures are the digits of a number that are meaningful and accurate in representing the quantity. They are also called significant digits. The number of significant figures in a measured or calculated value depends on the rules for identifying and rounding them. We'll explain this a little bit further. So, significant figures are digits in a number that convey meaningful information about the precision and accuracy of the measurement. For example, if you measure the length of a pencil with a ruler, you might get a value of 17.3 centimeters. This value has three significant figures: the 1, the 7, the 3. The decimal point is not a significant figure, but it helps to indicate the position of the significant figures. The number of significant figures in a measurement depends on the instrument or the method used to obtain the measurement. For example, if you measure the same pencil with the caliper, you might get a value of 17.32 centimeters. Now this value has the 1, the 7, the 3, the 2, which makes it 4 significant figures. So the caliper is more precise than the ruler, so it can provide more significant figures. Now, the number of significant figures depends on the context and the purpose of the measurement. For example, you are measuring the length of a football field. You might get a figure for the length of the field that reads like this. It might be 103 meters and 38 centimeters, which we can represent as 103.38 meters. As you can see from this number, it has 5 significant figures. We'll explain in this case why also the 0 constitutes a significant figure. But at this moment in time, we do have 5 significant figures. But in the context of measuring the football stadia, the centimeters do not play too much of a role, so they are insignificant to the total measurement, and so we could relay our calculation as 103 meters, which has 3 significant figures. So as we have already stated, 103 has 3 significant figures. You can write your significant figures in scientific notation. For example, in this case, we can have this figure as simple 1.03 times 10 to the power 2 meters. I'm sure we've already covered scientific notation in the previous video. But let's look at some of the rules for calculating or coming up with significant figures. The first one is all non-zero digits are significant. For example, 198745 has 6 significant figures. So all non-zero digits are significant. And all zeros that occur between any two non-zero digits are significant. For example, 1080097. Because the zero occurs in between non-zero digits, then it makes the zeros significant. So in this case, the 0 in between the 1 and the 8 is significant. And also, in the case of the 80097, the 0 is made significant by the 9 and also made significant by the 8. So in this case, all the numbers that you see are significant. Now, all zeros that are on the right side of a decimal point, also to the left of a non-zero digits, are not significant. For example, 0 is not significant, and so is the next 0, and the next 0. The significant numbers now in this case are 7, 9, 8, which are 3 significant figures. And all zeros that are on the right side of a decimal point are significant only if a non-zero digit does not follow them. For example, 20.00 has 4 significant figures. I hope that is clear. And then all the zeros that are on the right side of the last non-zero digit after a decimal point are significant. For example, 0.00798 has 5 significant figures, and the 5 significant figures begin at 79800. And finally, all the zeros that are on the right side of the last non-zero digits are significant if they come from a measurement. For example, 1090 has 4 significant figures. Right, we are just going to pause the video if you can and look at some of the rules for rounding off. This should be in your basic mathematics, but If you really want to go through them, we'll send a video link after this video, and you can learn a little bit more about rounding off.